I think I just want to leave it at either material or geometry. So material should be fine. And what we need to do is set up our shadows. So right now we don't have any shadows on this. We have a light that still needs to be adjusted. And let's go into our properties, light options, and so we have all of our settings for the light. But we do need to make sure that the material settings here, we shouldn't need to worry about the object, although yeah, except shadows, cast shadows, yes, there we go. And boom, we have shadows. Once I got the shadows looking like I think they should, then yeah, once the shadows look like they should, then we can deal with the size of this shadow catcher. And I don't like how it's set to the track null. I can now see that it's actually floating a little bit above the ground and not really at the right angle, or it doesn't have the correct orientation. So let's try parenting it to the shadow catcher, which is what we really should have done in the first place. Or not. Let's just try this. The track null got us mostly there, so I'm going to go into the side view and line this up manually. Okay, over here is our plane, so zoom in on that. Right, and fortunately we really can't see what's going on here. We can take the orientation values and copy them to our horse layer, transform, and just continue to paste these right in there. And otherwise, position looks okay. But obviously, we're having a little bit of trouble. And we can't really see anything, so just fit the view. And there's our horse, which is not rotated correctly. So that's just a quick fix. 90 degrees on the X, and that seems almost perfect. Let's move the Y position up slightly. A little bit more. And I think we go by increments of 10. Okay, that's close to what we want. So, yeah, everything's about working correctly. Let's just go into Shadow Catcher, Material Options. Of course, turn down this. Set that to 0. Shouldn't affect anything, but and yeah, so I think we've done about everything there. Next we might want to this is totally optional. We could just go with the ambient light, but yeah, I think a little indirect lighting could help us here. Now, unfortunately, this version of AtomKraft doesn't have the atom environment effect, and we can't use environment layers, so any HDR solution isn't really going to work. But we can set this to kind of a blue sky tint. Maybe turn down the saturation. And once I'm ready to render, I'll turn up these samples, but 16 should work for now. Okay, so what I want to do now is just take this back to the beginning and probably do a RAM preview. Well, actually, before I do that, we haven't adjusted our lighting. So try to find a better frame. Okay. This tree gives us a good idea of the lighting direction. So it's approximately maybe 50 or so degrees, 60 degrees from our camera position right here. We also do want a slight amount of shadow diffusion. Because even though there's a very harsh light coming from the sun, there's still a slight softness to shadows. Now if we go on our top view, see if we can set this from point to parallel. I know that with Ray Trace 3D we sometimes have some problems. Yeah, so try rotating this light by 90 degrees. Because, okay, right. It's a parallel light, so it doesn't have any rotation, and the position of the light and the point of interest is only for generating the direction of light. So these positions are basically for rotation. At least that's one way of looking at it. Check this in our camera view. So that's a lot closer. And I can tell that we are going to need to increase the shadow catcher. Just to preview how long this shadow is going to be. Which of course it's still much too large. And okay, light, bring the position, I think. No. See what this does. Yeah. Okay, so make it 2000. Still looks a little too long. Close, maybe 2400. Okay, that's good enough. Just tweak it a little bit more.